Okay. Hello everyone, this is your Indian plant guy and I want to show you some of the philodendrons today. So I have collected all of these and these are the ones which are actually growing very well. And I'm going to show you all of them and show you what the potting mix is that I have used in them. So I'm very new in this hobby. I have not spent a lot of time, um, you know, with house plants. I have been doing flowering plants, but this is the first time I'm doing them. So I'm going to share with you all of the ones which are actually growing very well. I don't have only these, I have a lot more of these house plants, but these are the ones which I think are the ones which are growing well. So let me start off with let's start off with this one that I have with me right now. So if you come closer, if you can actually see that this is a Syngonium albo. And what's special about this one is it's got variegated leaves. So you can see that it's got green, it's got white variegation. So it starts off like this, like a cream coloration, and it turns out to be white like this. So a few of the leaves, if you see the older leaves which are there, are the ones which has this wide variegation. So there was one which was green, which I was concerned after that it will revert and it will not produce variegations, but again it's got this half moon variegation. So I am sure that it's going to produce more variegated leaves and I don't need to chop this off. So this is one of the plants that I have right now in my collection and I think it's growing very well. I've given it a pole which it's climbing on right now. And if you see the potting mix that I have used in this, okay, so this is a potting mix that was provided to me by my nursery. I have not done anything. I've just brought this plant and just put it in this soil mix that was ready made, and it's growing well. I don't think that I will be changing the soil media. So these are all aeroids that I have got, okay, all of the plants that you see behind me, and they're very resilient plant. They don't need a lot of, you know, they don't have much demand in terms of soil. So you can actually, this is a peat based soil that I have used. I've seen that it's got a lot of coco peat in it and it's got perlite, so it's been working out fine for these plants. I do have some plants which I have put in an aeroid mix right now, and I'll show it to you right now. So if you see, this is one of the new plants that I've got, and this is a Florida Beauty, and it's got a very chunky soil mix. If you see, I have got a lot of chunky mix. I've got bark, I've got coco peat, I've got a lot of other mixtures here as well, which I have used, and this is a aeroid mix that I have done. I will show you how I have made this aeroid mix later, just to show you that this is the one that this is the potting mix that I'm using right now for all my new plants. And when I say that these plants are very resilient, I'll show you another one that I had, and I have not repotted this ever since I got this from the nursery. And if you see, it's not even the soil that I got from the nursery that I have used. This is just a clay soil on which this is growing. Now, I won't say that this is thriving, and this you can see is a lipstick. This is an Aglaonema. This is not a philodendron, but it's actually doing quite well in a soil, clay soil, rather, I would say. It's not thriving. If you see this one, this is another Aglaonema that I have got. This is, this in this one, I have used the nursery mix, okay, which is the peat based soil. And you see, this is doing far better than this one. This has got broader leaves than this one. This is actually flowering as well. So I don't know, maybe because of the soil, this has started flowering. This has not started flowering, but this is actually producing bigger leaves. So these are the two plants that I have right now. Apart from philodendrons, I have these two Aglaonema, which is actually doing quite well. And I have seen that um, if you are using a aerated aeroid mix, the growth is much faster. But ever since I got these plants, I put them in this nursery mix and they are doing well. I did plan at a certain point of time that I'll put them in an aeroid mix, but I have not done that because they are doing so well. I have seen a lot of YouTube videos, and all of them say, all the experts say that In case if your plant is doing well, do not go ahead and do anything with it unless the plant is root bound and you have to do a repotting. So I'll just leave them, let them be right now. I'll not do anything until they're root bound. They're actually growing very well. So let me show you some of the other plants that I have got. I've shown you one Syngonium here, which is the elbow. I've got other type of Syngonium. Now these two, both of them are, I think they're bronze. So you can see the leaves, and they're doing quite well. They are a bushy variety of Syngonium, not like the one that I have shown here, which is a creeping variety. You can actually turn them to be bushy as well. You just need to put the cuttings, cut off the top part and put it again in the soil, and they'll grow bushy. But these are bushy Syngoniums. They grow bushy. This is a bronze, but this was actually sold to me saying that this is strawberry ice, but I have not seen those variegations yet. Maybe they'll come later, I'm not sure. Well, that's it. Let's see what this turns out to be. So let me show you. Here I have got some cuttings that I have taken from my Philodendron lemon lime, and I think they're growing roots. So I'll repot them. I'll show you how I repot them as well. Now let's talk about another one of the Philodendrons that I have got, which is a bushy variety. This is also in a nursery potting mix, the same nursery potting mix that I was talking about. Now, I have my doubts. I don't know what this is. This may be a black cardinal, or this may be a, I don't know, this may be a red Congo, but we'll wait and find out. In case if the leaves grow large, that there are chances this might be a black cardinal, but it's growing really well. You can see that it's very bushy right now, and I'll let it be until the plant is root bound, and then maybe I'll put it in a aeroid mix. But for now it's looking quite good, and I plan to keep it this way. So let me show you another bushy variety of Philodendron that I have, and that is this one. This is a very common variety of Philodendron that's there in all the households nowadays. Anyone who's doing houseplants has this variety of Philodendron, and it grows very bushy, as you can see. The leaves are not big. They actually can grow leaves bigger than this. This may be because of the soil mix that I have it in. This is the same nursery potting mix which I've used for the other plants that I showed you. And for now it's doing okay. I don't plan to repot it. Maybe I'll wait and see how it goes, and in case if it's root bound, then maybe I'll go ahead and change the soil. For now it's looking good. Okay, right. So this is another Philodendron that I have, and this is actually a crawling variety. Why I call this a crawling variety is because you will see the stem which is here, right? It's actually not a stem which can put out more branches. Okay, it's going to go unidirectional. Now it can either, you can make it crawl like this, or you can just put a support, and it will go upright like this. It's not going to climb all the way, but it's rather going to crawl and going to have aerial roots coming out. Okay, so this variety of Philodendron that I have, this is called a narrow escape. It has leaves like a saw, okay, when it grows, and it becomes very beautiful. I got this as a jiffy plant, and it's growing. It's finally producing this rigid leaves that it's known for. Okay, so we'll just wait and find out how this goes. Okay, right. Now let me show you a creeping. I've shown you a crawling variety. Let me show you a creeping variety. Two creeping varieties of Philodendron that I have got. One is this one. I have not given it a support yet, but this is also growing quite well, and it's producing this half moon variegations, which is very beautiful if you see. Okay, so this is called a white princess. Now there are a lot of varieties of this type of Philodendron. You've got the pink princess, you've got the white knight, you've got um, I don't know. I think there is one more, which is the this is the white princess. I'm not sure what is the other kind called, but this is the white princess. And if you see, you've got these pink, variegations. It's not a variegation actually. but it can actually support this pink, and sometimes you get one leaf which is completely pink. I'd love to see it in this plant. I'm not sure if it's going to have leaves which are one partially totally pink, but we'll wait and watch for this one and see if it can actually give me that rare variegation. Okay. Now, I have one philodendron which is actually growing quite well, and I'm just going to show you. Okay, and it's actually growing very vigorously, and I am planning to propagate this. Maybe I'll make a video of the propagation as well. And this is called the Parisoviridae. Actually, it can produce leaves larger than this. Okay, and it can change the variegation according to the weather. So in the summers you will get leaves like this. When the rainy season comes, I have heard that they put out leaves which are total yellow in variegation. And this was actually a very jiffy plant. If it was in a jiffy pot when I got this, very small plant, but it's actually grown this big, and now it's finally producing the larger leaves. These two are not the larger leaves. They can actually grow quite large. They can, you know, dangle, and it looks very, very, very good. And that's the reason why I'm thinking of propagating this, because when I propagate this, I want those large leaves from the bottom. I don't want them right at the top, only at the top. I want them to produce, I want this plant to produce larger leaves right from the bottom of the plant, and keep producing those large leaves as it goes up. So this is definitely one that I'm willing to propagate. I am not sure, maybe very recently. um, I, I'll do it in a few days. Maybe when I do it, I'll put up a video for the same. So yeah, that's some of the plants that I have got with me right now. Some of them I have started my house plant journey with. This one, this black cardinal which is there, and the birkin which is there, some of the first plants that I got. Okay, so this is an update of all the plants that I have, which are actually doing quite well. And I have a lot more plants which I am going to feature in my videos as well. So stay tuned. I'll talk about everything. I'll talk about the first media that I have used for these plants. I'll talk about the aeroid mix that I've just shown you, and how to create that potting mix. So there is going to be a video which is going to come for that as well. And I'm going to keep giving you updates on every plant that I have got with me and how they're doing. In case if I make mistakes, do let me know. In case if you are experts on houseplants, then do let me know in the comments. In case if I have done something wrong, I'll talk about watering, I'll talk about the fertilizers that I use in them right now. Okay, so I'm learning a lot of things from YouTube as I go, from the experts. So in case if you are someone who's an expert, do let me know. How can I, get better results out of my plants? And I think these are doing quite well. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Please, in case if you are enjoying my videos, if you enjoy my videos, the content that I am going to create, do subscribe, do drop a like, and see you then. Take care.